once you found that easy seat, close your eyes, settle in, find some softness. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale it out. Do that again. Big breath in. Exhale it out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. In this 45-minute restorative class, we'll hit a little bit of everything, a little bit of myofascial release, find some softness, find some calmness. And as you're sitting here in this easy pose, notice the places in your body you're holding tension and soften there. Try to create more space between your ears and your shoulders. Try to create more space in your spine by sitting up tall. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Your eyes are closed, blink them open. Hands go down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring them back down. Do that again to your breath 2 more times. One more time. And exhale it out. Keep the right hand down. Walk your fingertips out. Take your left hand to the outside of the right part of your head. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. This nice gentle stretch through your upper trap. You may notice this all going down your arm as you walk your fingers out. You may just notice it in your neck. Any of those is fine. A big breath in. Exhale it out. Release the hand, but keep your head where it is. And rotate your chin to your shoulder now. Just getting into a slightly different muscle there. We'll take a few more breaths. Take a huge breath in. Exhale it out. Walk your fingertips back towards you. Gently bring that head back to neutral. Drop your chin to your chest and just take a little half circle side to side. Little rainbow motion. Good. And then we'll make our way back to a neutral cervical spine. And just notice that right side that we stretched. Notice the left side that we haven't. And we'll go to the other side. Take your left hand, walk the fingertips out. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Take your left hand. Give a little gentle pull. Not so much, just gentle. Notice where you feel this. Right in the cervical spine, the neck. You feel it down into the arm, the forearm. And breathe in and breathe out. Release the hand down. Rotate your chin to your shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your fingertips back, drop your chin to your chest, and do those little half circles. Inhale those arms up, come back to neutral with your head. Interlace your fingers together, reach up towards the sky. Find length through your side body. And then take those hands behind you to support your head. Bring your elbows in close and drop your chin to your chest. Just adding a little extra stretch, stretching through those erectors all the way down the spine. You might feel it, you might not. Again, notice where you do feel it. Neck, upper back, mid back. And breathe in. Exhale out. Gently make your way back to neutral. Release your hands down, roll through your shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale out. If you're on your block, remove it. If you're not, you just stay where you are. Inhale our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Getting toward the back, our hips here. Shake out your heavy head, let it go. Softness there. Notice where you're feeling this pose. Softness through your shoulders. Softness through your cervical spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk yourself back up. And we'll make our way to a neutral tabletop. Taking your time getting there. No rush. Find that neutral tabletop and we'll move around however you want for a few breaths just to notice. Notice your spine. Notice how this feels. And make your way to neutral. Stack your shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and we'll take a few cat-cows. As we take our cow, curl your toes under. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale into cat, tops of the feet, chin to chest, push through your palms. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. We're going to take these really slow and find every vertebrae in our spine to open up. Do this 2 more times. And come back to neutral. And we'll do a little bit of strengthening here. I'm just going to move this out of my way. So we'll do a little bit of balancing tabletop. So bring your right hand out and your left foot back. Notice your spine. Bring your navel into your spine, keeping everything stable here. Core skin nice and tight. Inhale, lift your arm and your leg. Hold it here, balancing tabletop. Using your core, you'll find that balance. We're going to hold it here for a little bit. We'll add some movement to work our core. So breathe in. Exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale back out, nice and stable. Elbow to knee. Inhale back out. Elbow to knee. Inhale back out. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Take a couple cat-cows. And back to neutral. And we'll do that on the other side. Before we move, we're going to bring our navel into our spine, finding our core. Left hand comes out, right foot comes back. Stable and steady. Inhale, lift up. Hold it here. Nice. Take a breath in, exhale it out. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale back out, exhale in. Inhale back out, exhale in. Inhale back out. Hold it here, steady, strong. And bring it back down. One cat-cow. And back to neutral. And from here, we'll stretch our calves. So we're going to take our right foot back. We're on the ball of that right foot. So I just want to do some dynamic movement here. So we're just going to kind of shift backwards and forwards from the ball of the foot. Just loosening up your right calf a bit. And we'll do that a few more times. And then we're going to hold it. And just add a little push to try to bring your heel closer to the mat and will not touch. But you'll notice that. Take 2 more breaths here. And come back to neutral. And we will switch sides, so the opposite foot's back, and we'll just start with that rocking back and forth, just loosening it up a bit. And then the next time you bring that heel closer to the mat, pause, notice, hold. Two more breaths here. And come back to neutral. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up, come to a downward facing dog. You can walk it out, you can find stillness right away. Whatever feels good to you. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Again, notice where you feel this the most. Is it your feet, your calves, your hamstrings, the back side of your back, body? And breathe in, breathe out, and walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Find those opposite elbows for your ragdoll. Softness through your knees. Let your heavy head fall. Nice. Hands down to the mat. Roll to rise. Nice and slow. When you get to the top, roll through your shoulders. And grab one of your balls. We're going to do a little myofascial release of our feet. So we'll start with the ball of our foot. The heel's on the mat, the ball of the foot's on the ball. It doesn't matter which foot you start with because we'll do both. So we'll start with some of that compression, rolling from the big toe to the pinky toe a few times, just lifting and adding some weight. And then we will take that and stop the compression and just roll side to side on the knuckles there. Kind of a rainbow motion or arch. It's going side to side. Good. And then we'll roll the ball a little closer in. So now it's on our arch instead of the ball of the foot. And we'll do that compression from the medial side, which is the big toe side, to the lateral side, which is the pinky toe side. Just kind of adding some weight and compression. If you want to stay on the spot, you stay. That might be a little crunchy, especially in that medial arch there.
And then we'll do the same thing where we're going to go side to side, the ball. Good. And then we'll put the heel on the ball with the ball of the foot on the mat. And do the same thing. Start with some compression along the entire heel. Just a few times. Good, and then we will go side to side on that heel. Now, we're just going to go lengthwise with the foot. So start at the ball of the foot down to the heel, roll it back down. Just do that a few times. If you want to stay right there in that arch, it feels a little tight. You can stay. Good. And then just take most of the weight off, balance on the standing foot, and do a little bit of flossing, just all gentle, all up and down the bottom of the foot. Circles, figure eights, whatever feels good. Nice. And then pause for a moment, take your foot off the ball, stand into Tadasana. Notice that foot that you just rolled. Notice the other foot that you have. And then we'll go to the foot that we haven't done. So we'll start with the ball of the foot, that compression, the big toe, the medial side, to the pinky toe. And then take that motion where you're taking that arch or that rainbow, side to side, windshield wiper, whatever you want to call it. Good. And then we'll move to the arch, but our heel's still on there. Start with that compression. Good. Take that windshield wiper or rainbow motion back and forth. Arch of the foot. Good. And then we'll come to the heel. Same thing. And we will go side to side, side to side. Okay, and we'll do that front to back, rolling. And a gentle flossing. Really no weight at all on the ball. Should feel really nice. Entire bottom of the foot. Great, and we'll move the ball to the side, but keep it handy. We'll do one more mouth pressure release a little bit. But for right now, I want you to return to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, take a forward fold. Grab opposite elbow for your ragdoll and notice how much easier this ragdoll feels now. That fascia, that tissue on the bottom of the foot, connects all the way to the backside body. Nice, release your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to down dog. Does your downward facing dog feel any different than the first time you did it? Yeah. Drop to your knees. We're gonna do my very least favorite pose, but it's so good to do, toes pose squat. So curl those toes under. I like to use a block and sit on the highest height just because of my back knee. You can use 2 blocks. Some people can do it without no blocks. But just try to get all 5 of those toes curled under, setting some weight on there if you can. Oh, this is such a killer. We're just gonna hold it for 3 breaths. Breathe through it. One more big, huge breath in. Exhale it out. Lift up. Come back to your tabletop. Come to the tops of the feet. And just kick them out. Up. Staying in this tabletop, we're going to bring our hands out and drop to our forehead for a puppy pose. Nice thoracic spine, upper back stretch. Just a modified child pose. Our hips are up. You'll feel it in that upper spine. If you can come to your chin, increasing it. If you don't like that, don't do that. Some days you might be able to, some days you might not. Take one more breath here. Exhale it out. Gently walk your hands back, lift up to tabletop. And we will shift forward onto our knees to lower all the way down to our bellies. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Come to your forearm. Your hands are stacked. Wiggle your hips side to side. Just crocodile pose just for a couple breaths. Let your left arm come out wide to a T. Bring your right hand to your right shoulder with your elbow facing up towards the ceiling. Right leg comes up and over for a prone twist. So we're getting into our left pec, left shoulder, spinal twist. One more big breath here. Exhale it out. And come back to center, nice and gentle. Wiggle your hips side to side. And then bring your left hand in, right hand comes out. Left leg comes up and over for your scorpion pose, your prone twist. Nice. One more big breath in. Exhale it out. Come back to center. And we're going to do the Sphinx pose. So on our forearms, but grab your 2 balls. We're going to get into our hip flexors a little bit and then stretch them. So we're going to place the balls inside those hip bones on our hip flexors. So right about your hip bones here. Yep, right about here. Yep. On both sides. And once you've made your way there, you can come back to crocodile pose. Hands stacked, elbows out wide. So they shouldn't be on your bones, just inside those hips. Notice how this feels. If it feels comfortable and you want to stay, you can stay here. If you want to add a little bit of pressure, a little bit more release, come up to your forearms into Sphinx pose. Take a few breaths here. Have your blocks ready at the top of your mat. If they're not, take one more big breath here. Exhale it out. Lower yourself down. Remove one ball. Remove the other ball. Wiggle those hips side to side and notice. And we're going to make our way to a tabletop. And then a low runner's lunge. So we'll step that right foot to the top of the mat. I like to use the blocks here. So we're getting into our left hip flexor. We'll be here for a few breaths. Notice that left hip flexor. Notice if you can get a little deeper into it. And if you can, go. If you can't, no big deal. Take 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And coming back more to a neutral position and making your way to half monkey. So those toes are pulled towards your shin on the right side. And I like to stay up on the blocks on this side. You can go all the way down to your heel. That's another option. Take 2 more breaths here. Nice. Make your way back to a bent knee. Remove the blocks to the side. Step that right foot back or that right knee back to tabletop and take a few cat-cows. Where we transition to the other side. And if and when you're ready, we'll take that opposite leg from left foot to the top for a low runner's lunge here, stretching through the right hip flexor. Taking your time, no rush to get anywhere. Sinking in that right side. Two more breaths. Breathe in. Exhale out. And coming back to your half monkey. Notice how this side feels and how you go here. Three more breaths here. Breathe in. Exhale out. Coming back to a little modified low runner's lunge. Hands down. Bring that top foot to the back. Move around. You can use cat cows or any other motion that feels good. And then drop to one hip and bring your legs out to the front. So grab your two blocks here, or bolsters or whatever you have, and place them in front of you. We're going to come to a wide leg forward fold. So as wide as those legs will go for you, you know what you can do. I like to start up on my blocks, elbows there, chin in my hands. If you're here, this is where you are. You can't go any further than that. It's one of those poses where you'll feel and notice lots of changes as you've been in it. And if you do, you can make your way further down or you can make your way out of it. And if you ever feel ready to lower the blocks, you can do that. Remove them. Wherever you are, we're going to take 3 more breaths. Breathe in, exhale out. Make your way back to neutral tall spine. I'm going to add a little bit of movement here. So we're going to start with our left hand towards our left shin. Right hand comes up and over our right ear. And then inhale back to center, and we will switch sides. Keep those hips nice and stable, nice and steady. And we're just going to go side to side with our breath. Inhale one direction, exhale the other. We'll do that a couple more times. And back to neutral. The blocks are in the way, go ahead and move them to the side. Bring your legs in a little bit closer and bring one of the legs in. It doesn't matter, we're going to just nice seated tree here. So we'll inhale those arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips and then fold. And if you'd like to rest your forehead on a block to make it a little more restorative, you can. If you just like to let that head hang and fall. Breathe in, breathe out, walk yourself back up, switch sides. When you're ready, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, lead with your heart. And then you can fold. Again, if you like that block, rest your forehead up. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll to rise nice and tall. And we're gonna actually grab your 2 blocks and your bolster if you have them. So we're gonna come to the deer pose here. So our left shin is parallel with the side of the mat. Our right knee is close to our left heel. And our right arch is on the floor. And we're gonna place the blocks in front, kind of like a T here. Place your bolster on top. So we're making a ramp. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to take a nice gentle forward fold onto this bolster, this ramp. Take a couple more breaths here and we'll switch sides. Breathe in. Exhale out. Walk yourself back up. And then we'll just switch our legs. Keep the ramp where it is. Whenever you're ready, there's no rush. Find your fold. You can come to either cheek, the right or the left, whichever feels better. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your eyes. And if your ramp's not on your mat, on the end of the top of your mat, go ahead and sit there. So you want to keep it in this position. Before we use that though, we're going to come into a nice seated pigeon, stretching our hips. On the outer hips, we've done the front, the anterior hips, the hip flexors, the back of our hips, and we're going to come to a nice seated pigeon here. Just for a few breaths on the right side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale it out. And unwind that top foot and windshield wiper legs back and forth. And then we'll come to the seated pigeon on the other side. And we will take a few breaths here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Do that again. Inhale. And exhale. And then unwind, windshield wiper back and forth. And we're going to make our way with our hips close to the bottom of the ramp. As close as you can get. Go ahead and lie back down on it. Arms at your side. You can have your legs out straight. This is a nice, restorative, supportive fish pose. Find as much ease, as much comfort here as you can. Close those eyes.
2 more big breaths here in this pose. 1 more huge breath. And we're going to rotate ourselves to the opposite direction. So our feet are going to go on the ramp and our head's going to be off. So just gently take your time and just walk yourself over, legs on the ramp, arms out wherever is comfortable. We're going to end the last few moments of our practice here in this pose. Fingers, toes, pull around through your wrists and your ankles. Bring your right knee into your chest and give a hug. Bring the left knee into your chest, give it a hug. And just massage your low back a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll to the left side and pause there for a breath 2. Breathe in. Exhale it all out. And with as little effort as possible, make your way to an easy seat back on your mat, right where we started. 45 minutes ago. This time, hands on your knees, palms up. And check in. How do you feel now? What space have you created? What calmness have you let in? Breathe it in. Exhale it out. Hands by your sides. Inhale, arms up, palms come to touch. Exhale into your heart. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Thank you so much for joining me here and joining me there. Your presence is always a gift. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. You're so welcome.